Welcome back to Operation Arsenal, guys. A 2-0 win at home against Newcastle after an absolute battering from Liverpool. It's a solid result. Might not be the best performance we've seen all season, but we've won at home again. I believe we've got the most points at home this season, although we've played an extra game to some other teams. It was a solid result. That's the best way to explain it. Newcastle, it's tough. It's tough for them right now with this takeover, new manager in Eddie Howe, and they are genuinely in trouble. I think they've got, is it Burnley and Norwich coming up soon? They're also near the relegation zone or in the relegation zone. So absolute must wins now that they've lost today. Because can you imagine after this takeover, they get relegated to the Championship? I mean, I'm sure they would bounce back pretty soon, but that's, oh my God, can you imagine the pressure on Eddie Howe's shoulder? But I do want to start with Newcastle because I'm a fan of Newcastle. I've always respected them, especially when you go away, because the fans are incredible. The stadium is insane. The atmosphere is crazy. And it's always a really tough game. But away from home, they do seem to be really struggling and have done for a while. They never seem to get a win at the Emirates. It's been 11 years. So the odds were stacked against them today. But with the quality they've got, look, if I jump over to, let me just jump over to this so you can see the lineup. If you look at their team, I think if you bring in a new left back, I know they've got Jamal Lewis, isn't it? Maybe hasn't been the best signing, but if you put in a new left back and, I mean, maybe a different formation. Maybe they go with a Conte style 3-4-3. I don't know, but there's quality there. And I feel like they're one or two signings away from being a solid mid-table team. I mean, if you look at St. Maximin, Wilson, Willock, John Joe Shelby, great player, experience. Lascelles, fantastic captain. Dubravka, really good goalkeeper. They've got a good squad. This is not a relegation side, in my opinion. They're just not playing very well. And I think Eddie Howe will get them playing. I think they will be absolutely fine. But if you look over to the left side here at the Arsenal ratings, what stands out to you guys? What's going on here? What is going on with Captain Aubameyang? Look, I'll be the first to say it. I love Aubameyang. I love what he's done in his entire career, not just since he joined Arsenal. And for me, he does go down as maybe not a full-fledged Arsenal legend. I don't think he's quite captured that just yet. And maybe he won't. But he's an Emirates legend. Since we've been at the Emirates, I don't think there's been a better striker. Maybe not a better player. You know, you could talk about Cazorla, Ozil, Sanchez. And I think Aubameyang's up there. But in the last, well, it's basically a year to almost 2 years, he just hasn't been that same player. You could argue it's since he signed his big deal. This isn't good enough. He should be leading the line as the captain, and you can't have your entire squad perform at a good level and your captain not. For me, and you know, it's difficult to say this, but I think making Aubameyang captain was probably not the best idea. I don't see it on the pitch. Clearly, he does more behind the scenes, and that's fantastic. I know the players absolutely love him, and he commands respect. He's Aubameyang. He's been one of the best strikers over the last decade. I've got nothing but respect for that. But right now, it's so glaringly obvious when you watch Arsenal, we are missing that vital position, that striker. There are names that we're linked with. Vlahovic, he looks to be some player. Isaac, there's so many strikers out there that I think could come into this team and elevate us. I feel like, and you'll see some of the comments I've had on Twitter that people might agree with me here, that Aubameyang might just be past it. I don't know, man. It's not like he's been awful this entire season. He has had some good games, but today was a big worry for me because the team was performing at a good level. Everyone was, I wouldn't say at the top of their game, but again, playing at a good level today. It was a solid performance, nothing special. And then Aubameyang, and I'd argue Partey as well, just seemed to really struggle. Man of the match here, at least, was given to Tomiyasu, ratings-wise. It was given to Saka on the day. But I want to talk about this guy here, Tavares. It's a little bit of a weird one, this, because Tavares, in the first half, I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me, he had a few moments where maybe he had a shot and made himself look like a League Two player because they were awful. If he not just improves his shooting in general, because obviously he's a defender and it's great that a defender could come up with a goal every now and again, an absolute screamer. But if he just reels that in a bit, let's just not shoot so much, he could be a class player. And I mean this, guys. Out of everyone on the pitch today, this man right here gave me the most excitement. There's something about Tavares. He is, I think, a headless chicken that just goes mental. He's so quick. He's a big guy. He's clearly very physical. He reminds me of just an all-round athlete. This guy could compete in the Olympics in multiple different activities and sports. I feel like he could be probably the best all-round athlete at the club. And I know Aubameyang has said something like that recently when he was asked who's the fastest. He said that I was the fastest, I'm not anymore. Tavares, Kieran Tierney, funnily enough, both our left-backs are the quickest at the club. It's an interesting one because, we saw the poor shooting and his decision-making can be a little bit questionable at times, but I love Tavares. There's something about the guy. He could end up as a winger. I mean, genuinely, he could. He could end up as a winger. It's fascinating, really. We're going to go ahead and jump into some comments from you guys. As you know, at the end of the game, I always tweet out what's your thoughts, and it's kind of a new segment in Operation Arsenal to get you guys involved. We've got a comment here from Agastya Patel. Sorry if I've got your name wrong. Thought Tavares was our best player, and Aubameyang's time has come. We need to sign a top-class striker in January. I just realised I'm not showing you. Hang on, let me just switch over. Yeah, I agree. Tavares, I think, was our best player. And it's weird because there were times where I wanted to grab him by the neck when he was shooting. I think 4 times he blasted one over the bar and you can see all the other teammates were just like, what are you doing? When he really got his I don't want to swear, I was going to say his behind in gear and stopped shooting, he was a lot better. We've got a comment here from Mohammed, says, first half started slow, but as we got into the second half, we had more energy, and that's what won us the game. 100% agreed. Something was said at halftime that definitely got the guys going a little bit more. Then we've got a comment from Octavio Jimenez. Great game for Lokonga to build up his confidence. Did you know he created the most chances on the pitch today, more than the entire Newcastle team combined? One of the best ones was the little diag over the top for Saka. He just put it wide with his right foot. It was a beautiful pass. He was a man of the match contender. Yeah, I know Arsenal are doing a vote at the moment, and Saka, Tomiyasu, who else was it? I can bring it up here. Hang on. Where is it? Here. So we've got Martinelli, Tomiyasu, Sambi, and Saka. See, I think Tavares should probably be included. Tomiyasu got an assist, though, so I guess that's why he's there. But actually, wait, Nuno got an assist as well. I mean, Gabby's always going to be there, and so will Saka because they scored. So it's a tricky one, clearly. We've got another comment coming in from Jasper. I know you. Thanks for being in the streams for all those streams that I was doing. Pros, solid defense once again. True. Good control of the game. True. Hale End boys, Saka and Smith Rowe, pure class. I don't think it was even their best game, especially not Smith Rowe, but Saka's goal was top quality. Cons, awful. Aubameyang once again. Can't understand why we start him. Should retire. Oh, I don't know about that. That's a bit much. I think for sure he should be getting less minutes at the moment. Partey's passing rate was shocking. So many errors. Xhaka back, please. Xhaka will be back soon. He's in training. I think he's going to be back in the next few weeks. I tend to agree that Partey was poor today, but he's not poor most of the time. I think, everyone's entitled to have a good and a bad game. And yeah, Partey might not have been this superstar central midfielder we were expecting to get, but in some games, and it's easy to go back and say, the Old Trafford game last season, he was fantastic. But it's true. He has shown he has quality. And I think today was a bit of an off game for Partey. You could see when he came off around the 85th minute, he wasn't happy. He didn't have a great game today. And I thought he actually was carried by Sambi a little bit today, which actually I should say, because a couple of times in recent reviews, I've said that Sambi just doesn't look like he's quite at that level yet. today was a great example of proving me and so many wrong that maybe he can. I mean, the problem is you're looking at a game against Liverpool where he gets overrun and a game against Newcastle where he controls the game. I think we had 66% of the ball. In fact, I think we can go back and take a look at some of these stats here. So the expected goals was basically 3. We had 24 shots, a lot of them outside the box, though. A lot of them from Tavares. Pass success of 88%, and here is the possession. We did really dominate the game. Here you can see the shot map. This is a great website, by the way. I haven't worked with FotMob for a little while. As you know, they've been a channel sponsor in the past. I would love to work with them again if you're watching. It's a great website, the way they break it down. You can see where, Newcastle had shots, but a lot of them outside the box as well. That's why their expected goals is so low. 24 shots, equating to 3 expected goals. I mean, is that good? It's nothing special, is it? But here you get a bit more of a breakdown. I was happy with the game, and I probably will look at it again later, look at the highlights and think, do you know what? It was better than I thought. I think when I was watching it, I almost thought the team was, I think the right word is a bit bruised from that Liverpool battering. It definitely wasn't a nice game, a nice experience for these guys that had been on a 10-game unbeaten run. But to get into the second half like we did and start to open things up and to get that win, I really did like it. So what's my takeaways? I think Aubameyang probably should be dropped for the Manchester United game on Thursday, I believe it is. I would like to see Lacazette play up top with Ødegaard in behind. Otherwise, I don't think I'd make any changes. I'd go with Tavares. I think Tavares deserves to start again. I think although Kieran Tierney's been a fantastic player for us, I think it's very unfair to drop a player that's doing so well. I think Tavares has come in and done a great job. Gabriel and Ben White, fantastic again today. Ramsdale obviously will start. I think the only player I would swap out today is Aubameyang, and it was great to see Martinelli come on. I think that's a great thing to finish on here. I think Martinelli, he's one of those players that hasn't been... I don't think he's been used properly since Arteta's taken over. And I think some players, not just Martinelli, have not really... I feel like Arteta's not really given his all to them, and he hasn't got the best out of them. I think Aubameyang's one of them as well, but I think partly that's age as well, and a bit of complacency. Captain, big bumper deal, doesn't really have to worry anymore, if that makes sense. But Martinelli came on, he took his chance within 100 seconds. I think it was 97 seconds or something, and he scored an absolute beauty. So I'm hoping he will get some more game time. I don't think he'll start against United, but I think he deserves a cameo again, maybe. Overall, guys, 2-0, solid win, and we are level on points with West Ham, who are having a fantastic start to the season. We've got the same amount of wins as Liverpool, although they're playing right now and winning against Southampton 1-0. So it'll be interesting to see the other results. But thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Remember, if you follow me on Twitter, you can get your comments in the video. You can also join me over on Discord. The link is down below if you'd like to get in there and talk during the match and stuff. But good result. Well done, Arsenal. Another home win. Let's hope we can get a good result against Manchester United on Thursday. That's a big one.